Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, Fragrance Fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, that $40-ish and $100 range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And the one I got for you today, I finally wore enough times that I feel like I can justify a full review on it, and I am talking about Renegade Intense for Men. If you can't tell by the color of this bottle that they are going after Dior Sauvage. I didn't need this because I have a couple fragrances that smell just like it anyhow. The second that I squirted this thing, I'll show you the atomizer. These lids are not real strong. It's a decent atomizer. So just by the atomizer alone, and it says it's made in the USA on the bottom. You can rule out Milestone and Camara, right? But immediately I was like, oh, Sauvage, boom. And yeah. There's two others, by the way, in this line. The one, for the life of me, I cannot recall what it is a clone of. It's clearly a clone of something. I know the DNA. I just can't get it. But the other one that's in a black, like matte black, I think it's called Iconic, is a straight up Fierce clone. And the extreme dry down on that thing, let me tell you, it brought me back. Like that original Fierce. The way it smelled back when I was, just joining the army. That thing brought me straight back to that. And it's the closest thing that I've smelled to it. The opening and everything wasn't so much, but I only wore it that one time. I squirted it in my hand, and like when it was, after I took a shower, really, when it was like washed off, I was like, wow, now that is the original Fierce. But anyhow, we're talking about this one, right? So enough blabbering about that one. So Renegade, how well does it do? For $15, you really can't beat it. If you're looking for a Sauvage on a budget that you're going to find at a rack store, this is the way to go. I know some people aren't too hip to online shopping and stuff like that. This is going to be popping up in the rack stores, and it does a very good job at, to me, it smells most like the EDT version. I have YZY Territor Wild. I have Gentle El Satis by Ryan Tradition. I compared this to each one of those. The YZY, the Territor, it seemed to last marginally longer, and it was weird. All three of them are just about the same. They're like 6.5 or 7 hours. This one's like 6 to 6.5 hours. So it's a decent performing fragrance. It doesn't perform bad whatsoever. It captures that DNA. It's not quite as natural, but this is a citrusy, woody, ambroxan, fresh, peppery kind of a fragrance. It's exactly what you're getting in this thing. Right off the top, when you first spray it, you're going to get a blast of that citrus, that bitter like bergamot citrus, pepper, right there, right off the top. You're going to get that. And then you're going to start getting a little bit of the creaminess, ambroxan, woody kind of a scent profile. And they do a really good job, I would say, at capturing the Dior Sauvage DNA for a very affordable price, $14.99. And for not like being super weak or anything like that, it's an eau de toilette. So I wasn't expecting it to stack up against Ryan Tradition or the Territor Wild by YZY, because they're both eau de parfum, but it really held its own. It was almost identical as far as projection, longevity, quality. Those two are kind of Gentle El Satis to me is closer to the EDP version, but yeah, they do a good job. I didn't need it, but I know that some of you guys wanted me to review this thing. So if you want Dior Sauvage from the rack store on a budget, EDT, the straight up EDT version, this is a good hit for that. If you don't know Dior Sauvage, it's youthful, it's mass pleasing, it's compliment magnet style DNA. I'm sure if I wear this thing a few more times, it's gonna grab some attention. It seems to project pretty good. And yeah, if you're looking to scratch that itch of Dior Sauvage instead of paying $100 and you want to spend way less than that, this is a good alternative for that. Or if you have Sauvage and you don't want to always spend or spray your expensive fragrance, this is another good alternative for that. Pretty universal. These work. It's a blue fragrance. It works just about any season, just about any scenario. It's one of those extreme versatile fragrances that just, you can reach for it almost anytime, anywhere, and it'll work for that. So yeah, overall rating, I'll give it a 6.5 because it has decent performance. They do a good job at capturing the sauvage thing, and just even as just a standalone fragrance, it's a 6.5 all day long, which is a super solid rating from me, especially for my house. I don't even know if this is the name of the house. To be honest, I was kind of lazy and didn't do a whole lot of research on it. I just am kind of reviewing this thing off of my own experience, and I probably should have done some more. It's just not a whole lot of information. I guess Renegade is the name of the company, but so I'm guilty of being lazy on this one. I was just wearing it and wanted to throw this thing out there. I was kind of excited for putting this one out because it's a pretty good discovery. I'm glad that I found it. And yeah, you see it at the rack stores, give it a spray. You might really like it. So that's my final thoughts on Renegade Intense by, I guess, Renegade. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.